What a lovely morning. It's very rare I actually get out in the morning. I preach going out all the time, but doing it yourself is sometimes difficult. I suppose it's been about a year since I was in this particular spot. I walked down the beach for a mile or so and got some very nice photos, which I kind of hope to replicate, although I'm a bit late. I'll put one up now. You might remember the video. If you haven't, there's a link up in the corner. The morning sun, when it's in your eyes, really shows your age. Really does work very beautifully on the east coast of this country, as it catches the grasses and fences and well, everything, I suppose. Everything that's slightly reflective. It's well worth getting up for. I just don't. Just a nice little kind of pathway through here. I'm probably not doing this justice at the minute. I'll try and find a better composition. And of course, shooting into the sun never makes this kind of thing that easy, but the camera should be able to cope with this. I'm being quite deliberate, obviously, with the placing of things. Generally, I'm trying to get this route through here as a low point there with the sea grasses and such, keeping these dark ones clear of the horizon. But we've got two horizons, so to speak, here. We've got the sea wall edge as well, so making sure that things don't kind of interfere with one another too much. But I think there's probably another shot, probably getting really much closer to the little flowers down here. Now you may wonder why I'm very obviously carrying a tripod but not using it. Well, it's because I need to stay nimble today, for the moment at the very least, because that great big ball of fire up there doesn't wait around. If I have to faff about setting up a tripod when in fairness I'm already late, it doesn't really work for me. And of course there's plenty of light anyway, so I sacrifice the precise positioning of a shot for the speed of actually getting it, and therefore the shot itself. Okay, so the sea defences here, or at least the concrete ones, and you can see the way that the wooden ones kind of curve out from here. There's a slipway just here, but what's caught my eye, and I hope it's caught yours as well, is just this view here. It's full of leading lines. Let me get that sun out of the way if I can. There we go. It's full of leading lines. We've got, if I stand or go wide enough, we've got the leading line of this wall running in. We've got that block. I think that block's actually up, makes it untidy. And we've got these concrete and steel revetments up here as well, all kind of leading the eye into the image, not directly to, sadly, although I don't know, maybe it being slightly oblique makes it better, all leading to the house on top of the building cliff up there. It's quite a nice view. Finding the right composition, I'm not sure of. I have come down here and I've shot past this because I think that's just a visual distraction in it, and I think perhaps a more clean image like that kind of works. I'll choose one of the few that I've taken. I'll put it on screen. Please do let me know what you think of it. Maybe I'll put a couple on there and you can tell me whether you prefer the one with the block. I think it adds an element of complication and therefore mess to the image. I think it just interferes too much, but I'm not necessarily right in that. Let me know what you think.
Of course, I don't want to influence your opinion in any way here, but this is the clean one. I'm not quite so sure that I like this one with the lump of stuff in it.
I love the way the light is hitting these sea defences here, going down. It looks almost like frost. it isn't. I made a poor choice of clothing today. I've got some quick dry trousers on with the expectation of getting a little damp, but they're fleece lined and yeah. Anyway, it isn't frost, but it could be. The way the light's hitting it, the way in which it's partially dried out from the last tide hitting it. I think it's really nice. It's probably quite a bland shot, but I've got a shot just kind of looking down it, really trying to concentrate on just the way the light's coming off of it. Have I already said that? Now, like I said earlier, that big ball of fire doesn't wait around, so in the, I don't know, half hour, 45 minutes or so that I've been out, we've lost a lot of colour. I mean, you can still see it's still more orange than white, so to speak. Well, you know what I mean. But there's the real big orange glow went a long while ago. In actual fact, there wasn't a great deal of it. I did get a shot of the sunrise through the clouds, which I'll put up at the end. Well, the sun's really up now and casting some wonderful light in this water. Came across this bit of driftwood, well, it's a stump of a tree. The tide has come in really quickly, so I need to kind of get on the other side of these revetments before too long. But got soggy feet, keep trying to get a slightly long exposure. It's only a second or so, but it's taken all of the detail, the roughness out of the water. It's really nice, and of course we're trying to get this stump. What's interesting about the stump, soaked, came over the back of my boot. The stump, as you can see, has got a hole in it, and it's creating a lovely kind of focal point looking down here. I'm going to get the hell out of here before I get absolutely soaked.
I think I was lucky to get anything out of this because the sea was really moving that stump around. Every time it came in, I was lucky to get it sharp. But I got it sharp in a couple. So here's a mono version. I quite like this.
Well, this is a first for me. I've actually walked all the way to Haysborough. But normally, of course, I drive to Haysborough and park in Haysborough and walk down the cliff. It's a couple of minutes. This time I've walked from the next village, which is, I don't know, a mile and a half that way maybe. Anyway, I've never really approached from this direction before, and the sea's coming in really fast, so I thought, well, let's just do another long exposure or two coming down here. Now, I'm not going to pretend this isn't tricky. It is tricky because I'm getting wet feet and the tripod will sink on every incoming wave, so I'm having to be really quite careful with it, but I'm getting some nice looking shots. I'm not certain at this time whether they're absolutely stable because of course I'm kind of rushing in, putting the tripod down, leveling it, and then getting maybe a second or so's worth of exposure, and then having to grab the camera out of the way, or at least get the hell out of the way myself before trying it again, because this is coming over my boots on pretty much every inrush now. I think I may be a bit smudged. I look a bit weird here. Don't know why. Apologies if I'm smudged and smeary. It's not my normal nature. I had expected that I might be able to climb up the cliffs and walk back up the top of the cliffs here, but no, that tide's well in now. I can't get around there without getting incredibly wet, so back down the beach I go, and hope that I get back before the tide is too high.
This is a very rough and ready, half-hearted attempt at a kind of really loose fine art style image from this. It came about as just as something accidentally I saw whilst editing. I thought, oh, I might be able to do more with that, and then I got bored. I got the next few images on the walk back to Walcott. Why not visit the area? I've got a holiday cottage that's literally 200 yards from this coastline, just up from Walcott where I'm walking to. Come for a break, a holiday, or even a photo workshop. If you've not seen my first video from this beach, you can check it out here. And there's some dead good photos in this video too. Don't forget to like and subscribe.